Hi everybody, welcome to another Sinden Lightgun video, and I've got something really cool to show you today. I know I say that every time, but this is super cool. So what I have here is a MiSTer FPGA, which is a way to run old computer games on something that actually replicates the hardware instead of software emulation. And I'm using this, it's called a multi-system. MiSTer Multi-System, which is this board that goes underneath and it adds all these cool expansion ports, SCART port, USB hub, memory expansions. It's everything that you need to use your MiSTer. And what I have is, I have connected to it, I have a Sinden Lightgun. So this is the grey one that looks a bit like a Goncon. And basically the Sinden Lightgun is the world's only true modern television light gun, in that it works with the light directly off of the television. And basically I've got a driver especially for this MiSTer system, and I'm going to demonstrate what that can do today, and we're going to have a lot of fun. So it's super easy to use your Sinden Lightgun with the MiSTer. Is basically you don't need anything else, you don't need to connect anything else, just a single Sinden Lightgun, and you can play light gun games on your TV. It's really easy to use with the driver. You go down to scripts, and basically we have these different options: light gun start, default, low resource and max resource. So you can change how much the light gun uses. Default will work for almost anything and is the best thing to use. Low resources, if you're playing really demanding games or you're playing 2-player, you can use the low resource option, and that only uses up 4% of the core, so that's incredibly low. So you can play something like Point Blank 2 in 2-player, and that won't struggle on your core. And max resources if you're using something that's not going to use any of the core particularly, so like NES or something, you can use that and you can max out the core. But we'll go with default resource for all this demonstration. So I'm going to just start that. It loads up some information, so it tells you about the Sinden Lightgun, so it's easy to diagnose if you have any issues, tells you all about it. And basically that has now started the Sinden Lightgun, so I'm going to control everything from now on using the Sinden Lightgun. So the Sinden Lightgun support at the moment is for 4 cores. That's the NES, Super NES, Genesis and PSX. Probably going to start with the greatest, which is of course Duck Hunt. So I'm going to show you the NES core, controlling it all with the light gun from now on. I'll come down here. So what you have is, you have 2 cores. So you have the NES, the normal one, and then you have NES Sinden, and this is the one that displays the border for the light gun. It's all set up for the light gun. So for each of those 4 cores, there's a special Sinden core. So let's start NES Sinden. So remember, these videos are all shot with medium resource. So we can select Duck Hunt. Go for 2 ducks. This looks absolutely fantastic on this huge TV. Got the sound bar going, the colours are beautiful. It looks absolutely amazing. So I'm just going to do a quick round of this, show some of the shooting. There we go, absolutely love it. I'm not going to bore you by playing all the way to the later levels, but it works really well. Got a perfect there. So now I'm going to show you one of my personal favourites, Gumshoe. This is because I actually owned this one when I was younger, so it's probably not everyone else's second favourite. Maybe they'd go for Wild Gunman or Hogan's Alley, maybe Operation Wolf, but I'm going to show you Gumshoe. The tricky thing with this is, it's a very difficult game, so it's a good one to demonstrate the performance of the light gun. Sorry if you can't hear me over the TV. So let's try Gumshoe. Even when I was younger playing this, shooting the screen from like 1 centimetre away, I couldn't complete this game. It's a very difficult game, so I'm just going to play a little bit of it until I mess up. If you haven't seen this game before, you have to shoot the hero to make him jump, so he continually walks and then you control his jumping. I don't think I'll go down there. Oh, messed up there. It's quite a different game, that. Very unique. Okay, so I'm going to go into the PSX core. So as I said earlier, medium resource should be fine for most of these games, but occasionally you might need to use the low resource, especially if you're playing two-player. So I'm going to demo this, and I'm going to show Time Crisis, which is just such a fantastic game and is great on this system. Even after all these years, how good is that? Usually you're just pleased it's loaded your game, the CD's not too scratched. There we go, so you have to calibrate on Time Crisis. So I'm just going to play very quickly the first stage of this.
There's been a kidnapping. It's Rachel, the daughter of...
I'll turn it down just a tiny fraction. It's just so good. I used to play these games on a 14-inch TV in my bedroom, and to be able to play them on this huge TV with a sound bar just sounds fantastic.
There! Shoot him! Action!
So close, I thought I was going to get Super Spy there, but never mind. Okay, let's zoom on now and show a Genesis core. Again, this is great because I get to play all my favourites. I think Terminator 2 is really good to play. So I'm going to play that. On this core, you sometimes need to select something on the gamepad when you play that. Let's see if we need to do that. There we go. So there is, you can play this on the Super NES as well. I prefer this version of the game. Don't know why they always plonk all these people in the way. Get out of the way. Whoopsie daisy. Ah. Oh, come on. Well, let's go through it. This game was a real coin cruncher in the arcade. There you go. I like the bit with the ships. Shooting the ships is fun. Give me some more ships. Boom. Okay. Cool. So let's do one more in this core while we're here. Let's go Lethal Enforcers. It's an interesting time, this 1993. It was just before you got the really good 3D games like Virtual Cop and Time Crisis. It's kind of the last of the good 2D games, this one. I need to push start on the controller. Yeah, okay. So on the Genesis core, you need to use the controller usually to push start. I guess it just expected it to be set up. Of course, this isn't on CD, this is on cartridge as well, so even these graphics there, those pictures are a bit low res. So I'll take that. Back to normal rubbish gun. So it's off-screen reload, just like the proper one. Oh, come on. Oh! Just avoided in time. Oh my goodness, I'm a bad person. Let's see, gonna now let's load up a different core. Let's go. Let's load up the Super Nintendo. I'll show a game called Battle Clash. That's pretty good. It's got a reasonable amount of games. Battle Clash is pretty different compared to some of the others on the other consoles. So this would have been a Super Scope game. What's annoying with this is it's hard to skip all the cutscenes. I guess people used to have a lot more time on their hands, right? Oh, he's giving me some trash talk. Try and teach him a bit of a lesson. If you let go for a little bit, then it builds up power. Like this way, so you go like that. Oh, to not miss. bit. Oh, it's close. Come on. Come on. Hooray! Yeah, you lost. Right, so let's show one more game. I'll show Point Blank. Okay, so just going to quickly show you how to switch into the low resource mode. I'm going to show Point Blank because there's quite a few cutscenes. It actually helps being on the really low resource driver to make sure you're not taking up any of the resource of the core. So let's go into scripts. So we will stop the current light gun driver and then just load up the low resource one. And I should be finished with the controller now. So load up the PSX core again. And Point Blank. So as a reminder, you can play this in 2-player if you've got 2 Sinden light guns. I haven't tested it, but you should be able to play Lethal Enforcers 2-player. There's only really, in this kind of era, there's only a handful of them. If the Saturn core gets light gun support, hopefully we can play 2-player House of Dead and 2-player Virtual Cop. Let's see what we've got. I'll just play a couple of stages. Well, let's shoot some bad guys. Let's try this one. Right, how many do I need? 18, okay, no problem. Almost panicked at the end there, but 23, excellent. So this one should be quite easy, really. Yeah, no problem at all. So I'll very quickly show you one more game. So this is an absolute favourite of mine as well. Hard Trilogy. There's a few little glitches still on the MiSTer system with this. So I have to switch to Justifier mode. Let's do that. And then let's load that. This is quite interesting. This game was apparently released before they even had a light gun for it, so they had to do it a little bit blind. So you find even if you're using a proper light gun on the proper system, it's still it's never perfectly calibrated. Unfortunately, they never put in a calibration option So it usually shoots a little bit to the side, a little bit above it. So if you, but you get used to it when you're playing it. And Hard Trilogy was like 3 games, so I'm just going to show you the light gun game. What I've noticed on this, on the MiSTer system, when you fire the grenades or the rockets, or there's explosions, the screen tends to go black while it's doing that. So I'm not quite sure what that is, but it doesn't affect it too much. Still playable. It's a great game. I mean, it's absolutely brutal. The amount of civilians that get hurt when you play this game. And Bruce Willis is just like, hey, sorry, pal. So you probably wouldn't do that these days. You wouldn't release a game like this where there was that much carnage. Brutal. Yeah, it's gone black. Oh. Wow, this is the gun I like. Ah, come on. So what can I get him? Uh-oh. Brilliant game. That's that. Thanks for watching. Hopefully they'll get support in more cores as well. So we've got Genesis CD, where there's a lot of FMV games like Mad Dog McCree would be cool. Sega Master System, stuff like Gangster Town, and obviously a huge win would be Saturn. If we can get Saturn, so that'd be House of Dead, Virtual Cop 1 and 2. They're some of my favourites and some other games, but it's super fun playing this on your modern TV. The MiSTer is a fantastic device. Thank you to everybody that's worked on it. I should also say a big thank you to Nolbin, who helped with the driver, and Wiggy from the Sinden Lightgun Discord, who helped make this happen. So thanks everybody for their help with that, and let's have some fun.